You win. Perfect.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Nerd Fight. Like clockwork. And welcome to episode 3 of Nerd Fight. We've got a very special episode for you today for you Dark Knight lovers. It sounds weird. Dark Knight lovers sounds like it's adult themed.
This is Nerd Fight After Dark. Just kidding.
Nerd Fight on Skinamax.
Just kidding. It's still family friendly.
It's still family friendly Nerd Fight. It's the same old Nerd Fight, but the topic today is concerning that the Dark Knight detective. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
The anti-hero.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, he's not a typical hero. You know, he's a hero who's pretty much the opposite of Superman.
Yes.
So yeah. So what are we going to be discussing today for our topic of the Dark Knight specifically? What are we going to be comparing?
Today we will be talking about Batman 1989 and Batman Begins from 2005.
Woohoo! Wow. That's okay. Yeah. So why do we pick these two movies specifically? Well, they're the first in their respective series, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they both kind of delve into the origin story. So I think that's a good starting point when we're going to be discussing Batman. And then, of course, maybe in the future we'll explore other episodes and other movies as far as Batman goes. But that is today's topic.
Yes, I love Batman, so I have no problem revisiting that universe.
Sweet. Yeah, my next one is which one is the cheesier entry, Batman and Robin or Batman in The Flash? Ooh, that's a tough one.
Did
you watch The Flash?
I have not seen The Flash yet.
Oh.
So it'll probably be my first time watching it is for this podcast. So
you're in for a treat.
I won't go too far into it, but I was excited about Ezra Miller. Is it Ezra Miller?
Ezra, yeah. Ezra Miller.
To play the Flash until he got weird. And problematic.
Yeah.
But I because I saw Perks of Being a Wallflower, and I was like, oh, he's a pretty good actor.
Yeah.
And then things happened.
Yeah.
And but yeah, he so I think that might have played into. I was like, I don't know if I want to watch that right now. But it's been a few years, so it might be okay to touch base on that one.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I think it's a situation where you'd have to separate the artist from the art kind of thing in that scenario. I will say, not with no spoilers or anything like that, but I will say I did not hate that movie as much as people did. I didn't have a problem with that movie as much as people did. The movie definitely has problems, but I didn't have as big a problem as what seemed to be happening around the internet at that time. I was pretty okay with the movie, and it was really nice to see Michael Keaton back in the cowl. So,
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's a good segue into today. So let's talk about which one do you want to start off with?
Let's start with Batman Begins.
Okay, cool.
We'll go reverse order.
Nice. So Batman Begins. Do you want to start off with what your general experience with Batman Begins or special memories you have of it?
I remember seeing that movie in the theater, and just being like so hyped for it because I'm like it's a gritty Batman movie. I've been like, the last Batman movie I saw was Batman and Robin, and that movie is so far from gritty, it's not even funny. I remember being so excited. It's like it's going to be a dark and gritty Batman, and it's going to be Batman the way I've always wanted it. And I was so excited, and I loved it when I saw it in the theater. I was like, this movie's great. And I was also a Christian Bale fan,
Hmm.
um, so that didn't hurt things. And I've been a Gary Oldman fan for as long as I can remember. The Professional, Fifth Element, uh,
Yeah,
like just all of that stuff. I'm like, give me all the Gary Oldman.
yeah.
Um, and uh, and then what's his name? Michael Caine. Um,
Michael Caine.
yes. I mean, how can you not love that guy?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but uh, it was
And
I was
Morgan
just so.
Freeman.
Oh yes,
Morgan
Morgan.
Freeman. Come on, dude.
God himself. I cannot forget.
Yeah. Oh,
Morgan
and then
Freeman.
Qui-Gon Jinn,
Yes,
Liam
Qui-Gon
Neeson.
Jinn.
Come on,
Yes, and
dude.
Ken Watanabe. Like,
Yeah, that
it's
cast is stacked.
yes, it's. Oh, and Killian Murphy.
Killian
Like,
Murphy. Yeah,
so good.
yeah.
Like, I'm trying not to jump the gun, but like, it
Yeah,
was it was so like 2005 me just absolutely loved this movie, and
yeah,
I've watched it countless times since then,
yeah.
because I'm a sucker for a rewatch.
Hmm.
Like I know there's people out there that are like, oh, I've seen that movie before. I don't need to see it again. Um, but me, I'm like, if I'm at home and it's too quiet, I'm gonna put on a movie. And if it's something I've seen before, that's even better because I'm less likely to get sucked into it.
Yeah.
Uh,
You can just have it as background noise, kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I bought it on DVD, and then when I got a PlayStation that did the Blu-rays, I slowly converted my DVD collection to a Blu-ray collection. After dipping my toes into HD DVD territory for a bit,
Yeah,
before Blu-rays won that war.
yeah.
Um, I still have my HD DVD player though, and
I
my
do
Xbox
too.
360.
I do too.
So, and I still have the HD DVDs that I purchased. I don't know if any of them work because that was an issue too.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so like I've purchased the Batman movies several times uh in my life just because
Wait, was
I
Batman Begins on HD DVD? Is that out? Was
uh
that auto?
I
I
don't
don't think
I
so.
don't I don't remember if it was on HD DVD, but I know I've purchased it on regular DVD
Ah,
and on
okay.
Blu-ray.
Got it. Yeah, yeah,
Um
yeah.
and I just like I love the Nolan movies. Like that whole trilogy was just great for me. And Batman Begins specifically. Um the only the only thing I remember not being a super huge fan of was like I don't remember why, but I think it was maybe because around that time all my friends liked to uh they liked to hate on anyone that was in Dawson's Creek. Uh,
Oh, Katie Holmes.
so yeah, so um but it was I mean she did fine in the movie. And uh but yeah, overall just that movie was a good time, and I liked the story. I liked Nolan's interpretation of the origin of
Hmm.
Batman, and how how he chose to interweave Bruce's childhood with the current Bruce, and
Yeah.
just kind of bringing those all in flashbacks that get kind of confusing sometimes, but uh but overall it was I have very few complaints about the movie.
Yeah.
Even today I have very few complaints. um and most of the complaints I have today I think are the same ones I have from when I first saw it.
Got
but
it.
but
Yeah.
overall, it's held up over. I said it came out in 2005. I'm pretty sure I'm correct on that. So
It
that
is.
movie
Yeah.
is old enough to buy its own beer.
It
um
is. Yeah. No, technically no, because I
oh
think it
oh
came out.
it's a couple months away.
Yeah, I think it came out like June of 2005, if I remembered
Oh,
correctly. So
Well,
not quite, but almost
not quite.
there. I mean, knowing Batman, he probably has a fake ID anyways. So
He's a billionaire. He can.
yeah, he just buys the liquor store. That's
Yeah.
that's how it works. Um, 2005. Yeah, let's see what the release date is. And by the way, it did come out on HD DVD.
Oh,
So I think that's the version I don't have.
I'm gonna have to track down Fry's Electronic.
You can buy it for
Just
$5 on eBay. It's
oh,
not.
nice.
Yeah. So
Oh, it's
I
not
just
it's
looked it
not
up.
not that serious. Okay.
Yeah. Came
Uh,
out June 15th, 2005. So yeah,
okay. Okay, so it's almost there.
almost there. Almost there. So yeah. So I you know, Batman Begins came out shortly after I moved to Vegas. I
Hmm.
moved to Vegas at the end of January of 2005. Um,
Okay.
and it was one of the first movies that I saw with my girlfriend at the time, my current wife. So I remember seeing that movie at the Sunset Station movie theater, and I was blown away because, like you know, the last recent memory I had
Mm.
of Batman in movie form was Batman and Robin and the travesty that was. But of course, we also had the animated series, you know, that kind of held us over, right? So, you know, I think at that point, I was just hoping for something close to the animated series, something that could capture kind of the gravitas and the seriousness of Batman in that way.
I
And what I got was I thought was amazing. And like you, um, for Batman Begins, I too bought it on DVD. I
Mm.
also had it on, yeah, I had it on DVD. I think I did have the HD DVD, but I think I got rid of that once I got the Blu-ray.
Mm.
And
And
then,
now you have regrets.
and well, yeah, kind of, kind of. But then I also have the 4K versions now too. So um,
There you go.
there's a reason I got the 4K versions though, specifically, and we'll discuss that once we get to actual the
Okay. The
comparisons.
breakdown?
So yeah,
Okay.
the breakdown. So I will
Nice.
discuss why I got that when I got that. But oh no, not I'm sorry, not for that one. I got the 4K ones for that because they was on that one was on a Black Friday sale. I got
Oh,
the
nice.
89 and that series of Blu-rays on 4K for a specific
Oh.
reason. So yeah,
Oh,
so we'll discuss that. But
nice.
yeah, Batman Begins I thought was like the first time in live action that they captured the Batman that I wanted to see.
Hmm.
So yeah, so I'm very excited about that. But again, I'll go more into detail once we get to discussing the narrative.
Sounds good.
Yep,
Can't
yep, yep.
wait to hear that.
Mm-hmm. So what about Batman '89? What are your
Oh,
feelings of '89? Or
so
can I start this one actually?
yeah,
Can I go into it?
absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So Batman '89. Um, Batman '89 was hyped. And it was crazy because I was still living in the Philippines at the time. So I was far
Oh, okay.
removed from most of pop culture. But even there, it was hyped. Like there were huge billboards of just the bat symbol
Ooh,
all the way up
that would have been
to
so
leading up to release. Like it was
that'd be so
crazy.
cool to see.
Yeah. And I was dying to see that movie, but it was released way after it was released in the United States.
Hmm.
And um but I was like excited. And one of my family members from the United States sent me the novel adaptation of
Oh.
Batman. So my first experience with Batman wasn't actually seeing the movie. It was reading the book of the movie.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, which is crazy. Because there's a bunch of stuff that's in the book that don't appear in the movie.
Isn't that how it always goes?
It is. It's always like that. So it's like, ooh, there's things that are in my memory that don't actually exist, you know, that aren't there. So
Not even in a deleted scene?
no, they're not even in deleted scenes. Some stuff they
Oh,
didn't
man.
even film.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so I am a fan of that. So um, when I did finally see it, one somebody offered a VHS bootleg of it, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, if
I
I'm
need to
gonna
see it in
watch
the
it,
theater.
I want to watch the movie. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I want to watch it in the theater. I want it to be awesome. So yeah, so I didn't
I,
watch the bootleg version. Thank
I don't I
goodness.
don't I don't want to watch someone's shaky handy cam
Handy
from
cam of it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that is Batman 89 to me. Batman 89 was at that point was the greatest version of Batman I'd seen. I mean, I don't know. How old were you in 89?
In 89, well, at during 89, towards the end of it, I turned 5.
Ah, so you probably don't remember. Um,
I Yeah, I don't remember too much. That was also the year we what when in 89 did this come out? Um I I didn't look.
let's see. Batman.
The June 23rd, 1989 is what I have.
Oh, yeah.
So I had just relocated
Mm,
from Indiana to Las Vegas. Um, and I'd been out there for a couple months because we moved in February, if I remember correctly. So I was 4 at the time that this movie was
yeah.
released.
So,
And so I don't remember anything about the hype or the advertisements. Um,
dude, I
it
had everything. I had a Batman lunchbox. I had a Batman ball cap that you flip the bill up, and it was like just the bat symbol
oh,
on
that's
it.
cool.
Yeah, it was intense, man. Like that was everywhere. And I remember at school, everyone was like trading. They had the trading cards and
Oh,
stuff. Dude,
okay.
it was yeah. Batman was it at that period of time. And like, and for a long time, that was kind of like the
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 gold
bar.
standard, the
Yeah.
bar, yeah.
Yeah, that's how it was set. So, you know, I mean, even the animated series, right, continued to use
Mhm.
Danny Elfman's music,
Oh yeah.
and stuff
I,
like that.
I mean,
So,
how could you not though?
yeah.
Because it
Well, we'll
we'll
get
get
to
into it, but we'll
yeah,
get
we'll
to
get to
that.
the music, but yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
but I mean
yeah,
that it's so good.
yeah. So
Um,
Batman 89 was like at that point in time, it was the top. And yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
and I think for me, because like I said, I was 4 when this movie came out. Um, so it might have been closer to when Batman Returns came out
Mhm.
that I finally saw Batman 89 for the first time because Batman Returns came out in I want to say 92 or
I think so, yeah.
93.
Yep.
And so I was a few years older. Um, but my parents weren't the type of parents to really like police what I watched. So if something was
So
on
like a
TV,
parent so like a parent from the 80s or 90s. Yeah.
yeah. So it was, if it is as long as, as long as it wasn't like hardcore nudity, they didn't really like stop me from watching anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Um and I had seen like the old Batman TV show with Adam West. Um seen reruns on what like TV Land or whatever was back in the 90s.
Yeah,
Um and so I was familiar with the character from that,
yeah.
and just kind of from pop culture in general. It had kind of uh invaded my brain that way.
Yep,
And I remember I have vague memories of seeing like some commercials and maybe like some McDonald's toys from the early 90s that were
yeah,
Batman themed. Um, but I remember watching this movie, um, and just being enthralled. Like this is so cool.
yeah,
Like Batman's the coolest. And that and that sparked my love of Batman. This movie and then Batman Returns,
yep,
like just kind of solidified my love for Batman. And then then we got the animated series. We got Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. Okay, that doesn't help my case, but 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 like it was just so good.
Yeah.
Like both of these things that we're comparing are like I, I got I got zero, like almost zero complaints about either of these movies.
Yeah.
Um,
It's gonna be
and
hard to pick a winner, to be
yeah,
honest. It's gonna be hard to pick a winner.
it's gonna be very hard.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out. Or it might be a draw, and it might come down to you watching at home.
Yep.
To be the tiebreaker in the comments.
Yeah, we're gonna
Um,
set up a dial-in line, kinda like when, the, audience had to decide whether Robin lives or dies in Death of a Family. So, yeah, or Death in the Family, I'm sorry. Yeah. It'll be up
yeah.
to you whether a kid dies or not. That's jacked up.
No
But yeah,
directions will die.
we'll see what happens. We'll see if we can come up with a winner or not, so,
Yeah,
we'll
it's
see.
gonna be tough
Yeah.
because even right now, I'm not sure which one
Which one you're
is
gonna
the
go
one.
like, you're
Yeah,
going with? Yeah, yeah,
yeah, because I'm like, Batman Begins has this, but Batman 89 has this.
yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I rewatched both movies over the last couple nights, and even going through it, I was like, "Man, this is so good, like, wow." And then I was watching, I was like, "Oh, man, these are really good." Like, this is
Yeah,
gonna be a hard one, yeah. So,
and
alright, well, we might as
yeah,
well get to the
yeah.
nitty-gritty. Let's see, what we come up with here.
All
Let's start
right.
off with visuals.
Okay.
Um, yeah, what are your general impressions of visuals, for each of
Um.
them? Which one do you wanna focus on, you know?
So. I mean, we kicked it off with Begins, so
Yep.
let's keep that up. Um. So for me, the visuals of Batman Begins, the um, uh, it's like the cinematography of like the various scenes that they shot, especially the one that sticks out to me the most, and it's probably because I watched it like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Is that scene after Bruce falls down the
The
well or
well?
the
Mhm.
and you see Thomas Wayne descending, like just that imagery kind of sticks out to me. I don't know why, but I'm like, oh, that's a really good shot.
Mhm.
Um, and it's just and then you got the bats flying after him and um
You know,
it
it's echoed, right? In a really awesome shot. To me, my favorite shot in that first part of the movie is when he, like, goes spelunking, into the cave
Mhm.
for the first time as an
Yeah,
adult, and the bats kinda fly all around him.
yeah,
Like, that is an amazing shot with the light coming down from, like, the waterfall part, like, dude, it is a beautiful, beautiful scene.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was some excellent I would that have been Nolan's decision, or would that have been the director of
The DP.
photography's decision? The DP?
I mean, it's probably a combination of both, I'm supposing, and the
Okay.
DP is responsible for the lighting, though, making sure
Oh,
that,
okay.
how it captures the light, so yeah.
And I mean, but so excellent job from both of them in that
Mhm.
scene because yeah, that really kind of kind of sets the tone for the whole movie going forward. Um, but like you've got that scene with Thomas coming down the shaft to rescue Bruce. You've got um, the what was it? Um, Pretty much any scene where you got what it was the tumbler.
Uh-huh.
Um, I love those shots.
Yeah.
Um, and the I like uh when he's still trying to figure himself out and he's in the prison and the like at the beginning of the movie and all the it's like six or seven of the inmates jump him
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
uh
yep.
and just like uh you just he just gets down and dirty and like it's kind of like that Lord of the Rings effect where it's like it's believable because you can see how dirty they are.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
and so it adds that level of realism to it.
yeah.
Um, and just like all throughout, just like from going from, oh hey, I'm this dirty, grimy inmate to I'm this billionaire playboy philanthropist, without the Iron Man suit. Uh, the going to that kind of more suave uh look, very eh, it's very similar to how he looked in American Psycho. Uh, now that I think about it,
Yeah.
um, but the just like seeing the his seeing his transformation from those two extremes, and just seeing that more rough and tumble versus the well polished, and I
Mhm.
don't know, just the visuals of that really kind of stick out to me as I was watching it. Um, and yeah, that's all I got at the moment for the visuals.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, um, I'm just gonna say right now, right up front, for Batman Begins. Well, I wanted to kind of compare the two of them,
Oh, okay.
if that's okay, because
Yeah.
you didn't touch on Batman '89 at all. Did you want
No,
to touch
not
on
yet.
that yet?
I
Or
I can,
yeah.
I
Okay.
can.
Yeah. Okay.
The so for 89, that one, it's it's a lot. I feel like that one's darker,
Mhm.
at least in, like contrast wise. It's got a lot more dark scenes, um, and I feel like a lot of it takes place during the daytime, surprisingly. Uh, which I'm like usually Batman's out at night, but
I
we
think
get we
there's
get
only one scene that takes place in the daytime.
I feel like I saw a lot of daytime in that movie when I was watching it last night. I
Well, I
could be
mean,
wrong.
there is a scene where they're, like, discussing the festival, that's in the daytime, and then there's where, like, the mayor, Harvey Dent,
Mhm.
and, Commissioner Gordon are discussing the festival, that's in the daytime, and then when, Bruce is in Crime Alley, that's in the daytime.
Yeah,
But I feel
yeah.
like everything else is at nighttime.
You might be right.
No?
I
I might be
for
wrong,
for
but yeah.
for some reason, it felt like there was a lot of daytime,
Weird.
like more than I remember.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, but I could be, it was late when I was watching it, so I could be wrong.
yeah, yeah. I
um,
understand.
but but the like for the time that this movie was made, like even like just the some of the special effects were really great as far as visuals, with like the different towards the end where they got the blimp, not blimps, the big
Balloons.
balloons
Balloons, yeah.
that had the gas in them. Like those visuals looked, like those balloons looked really good.
Yeah.
um and the what did not look very good was the Batwing. that
Yeah,
that that looked kind of rough, and
yeah.
there was like, I don't know how to describe it, but there was some scenes with like spotlights, and
Uh-huh.
the spotlights looked weird to me when they were going across the screen.
Okay.
Um,
So,
you got some
well,
knowledge on this?
this kinda touches upon the reason that I got the 4K thing. So, what I found
Mhm.
is, and I did some digging actually, 'cause I was watching it, and Courtney, my wife, was watching it with me, and and we were watching Batman '89, and she was like, "This looks weird. There's parts of it that look really weird." And I was like, "Yeah, it does look really weird. I wonder why that is." And I had bought it, I had the digital version of it
Mhm.
on, Fandango at home, and that's what I watched it on. And then, I read up on it, and I found out that that version is based on the Blu-ray version.
Mm.
The Blu-ray version actually was color graded differently by the
Oh.
studio to be brighter.
Oh.
And
Okay.
as a result of that, there's some scenes, ones especially with a lot of like contrast, like a lot of bright lights, like
Mhm.
highlights, where it looks really washed out and it looks unnatural. And
Oh,
then there's
okay.
scenes in that's dialogue. Like, and the one that really sticks out in my mind is the first scene with Eckhart and Jack Napier,
Yeah.
where like he's like Jack's like threatening him, and they're kind of like threatening back and forth. Like that
Yeah.
scene looks unnaturally light, like way too bright, and it looks
Mhm.
almost like a soap opera.
Yeah.
And it's specifically, but then I read that they actually corrected it back to the original color grading on the
Oh, okay.
4K.
Oh,
So I
nice.
actually bought the 4K to see if that's actually what happened. And yes,
Nice.
it's actually correct on the 4K. So yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So that might be a result of that. But it also might be because there's scenes where Tim Burton uses like animation
Oh, okay. That could be
instead
it.
of like, yeah. So like in the very first, in the opening where it's like a bird's eye view, and Batman like stands and then he like flips his cape around and then he goes into a doorway.
Yeah.
All that's animation. That's not,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's not filmed. So it could
Oh.
also be that.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. I never knew that. Huh.
Yeah. So leave
Yeah,
it to
and I
me to nerd it out with
yeah.
details.
Yeah, when we get to there's that scene with Eckhart and Napier I want to touch on when we get to the audio.
Oh, okay.
Uh
Yeah. Okay.
but
Good.
but yeah, for as far as the rest of the visuals, the the scene in the what is it, a museum
The
where
Flugelheim? Yeah.
yeah, where Joker shows up and they start like spray painting everything. Like that scene sticks out to me as just like some great just some great content
Cinematography.
overall.
Yeah.
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 It's
Agreed.
a lot of fun to watch. It's it's I would love to go to a museum and just trash it.
Trash everything.
But um but yeah, and
It's like what
the
Alfred says in The Dark Knight. Some
some
people just want to watch the world burn.
yeah. Exactly.
Some men just
Um
want to watch the world burn.
and oh the um like when Jack, you know, goes and takes his bath and becomes the Joker.
Hmm.
Um and just like seeing that for the first time, when he's, you know, with the plastic surgeon and just that whole scene where you don't see him at first,
Hmm.
and he's kept in the dark, and just like I'm like these are some really great choices. Um and then the when he talks about the why can't I remember the character's name? The woman who was that he was having the affair with at the beginning of the movie.
Oh,
Um the other blonde,
Alicia.
not yes.
Alicia. Yeah.
Um
Sugar
and
bumps.
he had you know, because her face had gotten messed up, and then she was wearing that mask,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then, you know, he talks about how, you know, she had died,
Yeah.
and then he smashes the mask. I was just like,
Yep.
"Oh, oh." So
The
it was
symbolism
just
there.
like
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, just like all those little things throughout.
Yeah.
It's like very well done, Mr. Byrne. Well done.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
so
Agreed. Agreed. All right. So for me, Batman Begins and Batman 89. I am gonna come right out and say it right now that when we were first going over this,
Mhm.
I thought for sure Batman 89 would win hands down
Oh.
for a very specific reason, in that I think that Burton does a way better job of showcasing a larger than life Gotham. Like, I don't want
Mm.
Gotham to look like New York City. I want Gotham to look like a real hellhole. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what he does. However, I realized that I had been tainted by The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises.
Mm.
Because in those versions of Gotham, Gotham is very much like Chicago,
Yeah.
or yeah, Chicago, because that's
Yeah.
where they shot. There
Right.
is nothing really defining in that. However, in Batman Begins, it's still stylized. You still have that the elevated train that goes
Mhm.
through the city, and you have the Narrows, and the
Yeah.
Narrows is very much like a hellhole.
Yeah.
So I realized that my impression of Batman Begins visually actually was tainted. So watching it over
Mm,
again, I was actually impressed by the design and also the cinematography, like you said. Um, I like that Nolan had said in the production that he thought of it like shooting a James Bond film, and he wanted different locations. And obviously, he got like Iceland or wherever he shot, that it's all covered in ice when he's
mhm.
fighting with Ducard or slash
Yeah,
Ra's al Ghul.
yeah.
Spoilers.
It's
um,
been out for almost 21 years. It's
yeah. So again, but yeah. So that was beautiful, amazing scenery, amazing cinematography, and then the scenes in the cave, like we talked about, things like that. I think is amazing. Um, that being said, I do still feel that for me, I prefer the stylization of what Burton did
Mhm.
because it's more like what I pictured when I was reading the Frank Miller comic, and um, which is my definitive like Batman origin kind of story, Batman
Okay.
Year One,
Yeah.
and that like you know his version of Gotham is like Art Deco with like
Mhm.
some Gothic architecture in it and stuff. Um, he shoots the movie, and I know this is like film student talk right here, but like he shoots the movie like a German expressionism film. There's a lot of shadows, a lot of
Mhm.
angled lighting. If you even notice, like the first time you meet Jack Napier, the angle is is slightly off kilter.
Yeah.
Like it's not right on, it's like angled a little bit. And he does that
I d
quite a bit. When you see
mm,
Batman for the first time, it's at an angle also. It's not straight. Um, and I like that a lot because it makes it appear unconventional, you know.
mm,
So for me, there that's a big thing of it is the art design more than anything. I really like that a lot in the movie. So
nice.
yeah. So for you, which one would be the winner in visuals?
The winner in visuals, it is very hard.
Yeah.
But I think, and as you were talking about the stylization, and I do like how in Batman Begins, when they're up top, things look, normal,
Yeah.
but then but then, Bruce is like, "Your system's broken."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Rachel's like, "Oh, yeah? Let me show you something," and then just, makes that left turn and boom,
Yeah.
down to the Narrows, and it's like that immediate contrast from, "Hey, everything appears fine up here," to,
Yeah.
uh, "There we're still in a depression."
Yeah.
Um, so I thought that contrast was really nice.
Yeah.
But which one is better visually? I think I'm gonna go with 89.
Oh,
Just as
wow,
as
that
a
surprised me.
as
Wow.
I'm going back and forth between like the different scenes that stood out to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just the the scenes from 89 just stick out more.
Yeah.
Um, and so yeah, and it, may be the neon green of the Joker's hair, but uh, that's causing it to stick out. But it's, yeah, just something about 89, just like, yeah, that one feels better to me as far as the visuals go.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
and despite some of my other issues with that I'm thinking about now, like, but with like audio and stuff, but visually, I think 89 wins.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I would agree with you. I think Batman Begins looks really, really good. I think it's
Mhm,
great. There's going to be a recurring theme here for me with Batman and the Nolan films in particular. And we'll kind of dig more into it once we get to narrative,
mhm.
in that it's very grounded. It looks like a James Bond movie. It is a very grounded movie. That's a good thing and a bad thing. It's good because it keeps Batman serious. Like we're
Yeah.
taking the world seriously, which is nice. It was good to have that, right? But at the same time, it's not a colorful world.
Right.
It's not a world where I could believe that Two-Face could really exist the way like he exists in the comics, or
Mhm.
Clayface,
Yeah.
or Man-Bat, or Mr. Freeze. Mr.
Right.
Freeze would not exist in this universe. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
he'd be a
Yeah.
very different Mr. Freeze. And like for me, that's like the one thing I think the 89 movie captures well is because it's so stylized, I could believe like anything could exist in that universe, kind of
Oh, yeah.
thing. And so
Oh,
that's a
yeah.
big part of it to me. So
Okay.
I do like the legitimacy that you get from the Nolan films for sure.
Yeah.
But I think that like that's one of the things that comes up. But anyway, let's go to audio.
Okay.
Let's so you've been wanting to talk about the audio. So where do you want to
Um,
start with the audio?
so, let's jump to 89,
Okay.
because that's the one that I have the most issues with. And
Fair. Fair.
it's mainly the scenes with Eckhart,
Okay.
and his voice sounds so weird,
It does.
and like it's like weird, and I don't know, I don't know if strained is the right word,
Yeah.
or if they just did something weird in the mix, but like it was, I'm like it doesn't sound like, it doesn't match the way it sounds, doesn't match Eckhart. Like,
I think that's just how
yeah,
he's talking.
that
He's like talking like I don't know if he's straining, but I don't think it's natural. I don't That's not his natural speaking voice. So I think it's like, where you been
May-
spending your nights,
yeah,
Jack?
it just
Yeah.
sounded so weird to me. Um,
Yeah.
and or maybe he was trying to cover up the fact that he's Porkins.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know, but
Yeah.
it was that stood out to me, like what is going on here? Um,
For
but
those of
and
you who don't know, he's mentioning Porkins, who was in Star Wars. He's one of the he's
Red
one of the
6.
X-wing
It
fighters.
it was Red 6, right? He was,
Yeah.
Porkins was Red
Porkins
6?
is Red Six. I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Uh
So yeah. For trivia, for those of you who don't know, there are 3 Star Wars actors in Batman
Yes,
'89. Porkins being one of them. I think his name is William Hootkins. Is that his name? I think.
it might
Um,
be.
and Billy D. Williams, obviously, he's
Right.
Lando Calrissian himself is one also. But also the dad at the very beginning of the movie is none other than Biggs Darklighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's awesome.
That is very awesome. And yes, it is
Yeah,
William Hootkins.
Hootkins.
Uh
That I mean, he should just go by that name in any movie he's in. Like he was
I'm
Porkins.
Hootkins.
I would have said Lieutenant Hootkins. I would have been like, that's awesome. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. Um, and so aside from Eckhart's v- vocal choices, um,
Vocal
we have,
performance. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, and you mentioned it earlier. The score for 89 is Danny Elfman.
Yeah.
Um,
It's iconic.
and so we've got that score, and then we've got the soundtrack performed by
My
Prince.
Prince. Yeah.
And which, I mean, it's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not throwing shade at Prince at all. Prince is a phenomenal artist.
Yeah.
Um,
But does it
it's
fit
just
with Batman? Does it fit?
I mean, in a way it does.
Yeah.
Especially when you got Jack Napier dancing around to some of the
It
songs.
fits perfectly in the museum.
Yeah,
It's like it's a great song in the museum part. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
and it's just, I was like, when I was a kid, I didn't have the same appreciation for music then as I do now.
Mhm.
So when I was watching it, like, it's the first time I watched 89 in a while. Um, this is the first time that I can remember seeing, you know, music performed by Prince. I'm like, oh,
Oh, yeah,
oh, what?
yeah,
And because like there is a performance of Prince's that just lives rent free in my head, and it was from like one of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductions where
yep,
uh it was him and Tom Petty and a bunch of other people were doing a cover of While My Guitar Gently Weeps,
yep.
and
And he
he
totally
does
owns everybody with his solo,
yes,
embarrasses
uh,
everybody. Yeah.
and then just whoop, throws his guitar.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
and it's like so that Prince lives rent free in my head.
Yeah.
Um, and sometimes he looks like Dave Chappelle, but or not Dave Chappelle. Is it? No,
Like,
it is Chappelle.
yeah, yeah,
From Chappelle Show.
yeah, it is Chappelle,
want,
yeah,
want some grapes?
yeah,
But but yeah, so seeing Prince and like having the music appreciation that I do now, I was like, oh, well, I'm gonna have to pay extra attention now.
yeah,
It was, that was uh refreshing to me because it's like it was new to me this time around because I had never noticed it before.
yeah, yeah,
Um, and the uh, I feel like aside from Eckhart, the like just the the music and the dialogue were mixed really well, so one doesn't drown out the other. And uh, it's, I mean, there's this scene where they're Bruce and Vicky. That's her first name, right? Vicky Vale.
Vicky Vale, yeah.
They're sitting at the really big table on
Oh,
the
yeah,
complete
yeah,
opposite
yeah,
end of each other, and it's like in that scene, it's like, oh yeah, you're having a hard time hearing him because, but that's by design.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and it just like the little things like that made a big difference for me. But then the um, was there anything else I wanted to add on the audio for 89? No, I think that's it for 89 for
okay.
me. And then Batman Begins, we've got I don't think there's any music other than the orchestral scores.
Yeah,
Um,
there's no, diegetic music, there's no music in the world. Yeah.
yeah. And so we've got the score by who was it? Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer
Uh,
and James Newton Howard.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I forgot about James Newton Howard, but yeah,
yeah,
the so we've got that music, which is also pretty darn good.
mhm.
Um, and but then we have some voice decisions. That's my one, that is like my biggest gripe with the Nolan verse Batman movies is uh I'm Batman. Just like
Swear to me.
that whole gravelly voice thing that Christian Bale does.
It's a little
And
overdone.
yeah, and I'm like, I have like it's like I have such a hard time hearing him when
Yeah,
he's doing that.
yeah,
Um, and it just feels like in some cases, like the audio for the dialogue just could have been bumped up a decibel or two.
sure,
Um,
sure. The mix is
but
a little low on the vocals.
yeah,
Yeah,
and but that's not. I mean, that's not necessarily the movie's fault. I feel like that might be Hollywood's fault because I noticed that a lot, especially with like as we get into the 2000s and more recent films. Uh, the it's like either the audio is too low and the music is too high, or the music is too low and and the dialogue's too high. It's like there's no.
that's specifically a Nolan thing,
Oh
actually.
yeah.
Yeah,
I,
Nolan, I mean, if you watch like Tenant and stuff like that, Tenet,
mm,
and he specifically mixes things low because he feels
okay.
like there's some scenes where the dialogue isn't as important and it's just part of the overall sound. He will he there's interviews where he talks about that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and it's like there's times
You
when he
should
was like,
stop that.
yeah, I was like, dude, that is awful. He was
Like
like,
I
no,
want to hear what they're
sometimes
saying.
he's like when it's important dialogue, he keeps the volume up. But when
Hmm.
the dialogue is just like part of the background noise, Like he treats it like that. And I was like, dude, that is awful. Like, why have dialogue at all then? Just cut that dialogue out in that part. But yeah,
That's fair.
I think that's a Nolan thing
Okay,
specifically.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it because I feel like I've seen it in a lot of movies where it's like the dialogue
Oh,
just
there's
keeps
definitely,
getting
I mean,
quieter
that
and quieter.
definitely is true. You're right. There's definitely that mix issue, that's for sure. But Nolan specifically
Oh, okay,
is
okay.
he's outright had interviews about that. So yeah.
All right, the
Yeah.
jerk. And but yeah, I mean, without the like the in-universe music,
Yeah.
you just have those. We just have the orchestral scores, which are good. Like, don't get me wrong; those are nice. But sometimes I like a soundtrack that has some words to it,
Some
um,
some pop
some
songs in it.
earworms. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but uh the uh the Tumblr, the audio for that, just like hearing it rev up every time and just like that makes my ears happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um and there's yeah, that's yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say on Batman Begins as far as audio goes.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Um it doesn't bring it home for me, and I think I'm leaning towards 89 on the audio for this one as well.
Okay.
um but yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I'll start off with Begins and I'll end with 89. Um, Batman Begins, the thing I can say about Batman Begins is it's competent. Like I can say that for sure.
Mhm.
Um, the sound design, I think, actually, as far as sound effects and overall design, I think Christian Bale's vocal choices notwithstanding, I think are actually superior to Batman 89. And the
Okay.
reason I say that is just because I don't know if Burton and the sound designer chose to do this in 89, but it's filled with overly comical sound effects.
Mm.
And even like the fight scenes, like
Oh, yeah.
when they're hitting each other, like it sounds like generic like the stuff. There's not like a oomph to it. That's
Yeah.
I don't know if they did that to make it seem less violent or more cartoony,
Yeah, that could be.
but that's kind of how it looks or sounds to me in
Mhm.
Batman 89. Batman Begins though, it's like you can feel
You can
the
feel those
force.
hits.
You can feel the hits, you can feel the tumbler growling like
Yeah.
um I think that it does a way better job of emphasizing the sound in the sound
Mhm.
effects. So that for sure to me wins out is Batman Begins overall sound design.
Okay.
That being said, Danny Elfman. um, there's a reason why this Batman score is tied to Batman. Like
Right.
it's very hard to think of Batman and
And
not
not think of this song.
hear that score. And
Right.
this is a hot take, especially in light of what you said. I don't care for the Prince songs at all. I could do without them, to be
That's
honest.
fair.
The only one I like is the museum.
Okay.
Um, but
That's
even
fair.
that, I think there could be a better song than that, I think, in my opinion. But that's fine. People like it, and that's cool. People love Prince. I don't hate Prince. I like Prince a lot. I just don't care for his songs on the
That's
album. Um, but that being said, it's still better than okay. So Hans Zimmer, I like Hans Zimmer a lot.
Mhm.
However, Hans Zimmer had this period because Hans Zimmer to me, Gladiator,
Mhm.
um, stuff like that, where he did these like sweeping orchestral scores. He even did the music for The Lion King, the animated movie,
Oh,
and it's
I don't
full
think I
of
knew
this
that.
amazing strings and things like that. Awesome. However, on the Nolan movies, he decided to do it's the version of Hans Zimmer that mostly worked with percussion.
Oh.
And so like it's a lot of percussion, which is great for the action scenes,
Mhm.
but the rest of the score kind of boring. So, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of his score. His and James Newton Howard's score, and it definitely pales in comparison to Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman's score, I don't know if you know this or not, but it's great because do you know who Bernard Herrmann is? The composer?
Bernard. I that name isn't ringing any bells.
Okay, so Bernard Herrmann was the composer. He's really well known for doing music for Alfred Hitchcock movies,
Okay.
Psycho,
Okay.
Vertigo, stuff like that.
North by
So
Northwest.
North by
Yeah.
Northwest, yep.
Okay.
So he's a big influence on John Williams, also a huge influence on Danny Elfman. And if you watch the scene in Batman 89 when they're going up the cathedral, right?
Mhm.
There are two references to Vertigo in the music that repeats some of the themes from Vertigo.
Oh, okay.
And then if you watch the cinematography, they copy some of the shots from Vertigo
Oh.
as they're going up the stairs in the cathedral
Oh,
because
gotcha.
the climax in Vertigo takes place at a mission, so it's another church. So it echoes kind of the same thing.
Oh,
Somebody could say
that's
it's a
cool.
ripoff, but it's I think it's an homage. Um, but I think that's where it shows like his reverence and Tim Burton's reverence for like Alfred Hitchcock and his reverence for Bernard Herrmann, like that they reference that. And I think that's was a really good use of that. So
Well, that's cool.
for
I
me,
never knew that. That's awesome.
yeah, that's me being a film nerd again. Um, but yeah, so for me, the score really just wins it out, like because
Yeah.
Danny Elfman is
Yeah.
Danny Elfman. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that score, just like with how much I love the animated series, it just
yeah.
kinda it like that's part of the random shuffle that is my ADHD brain. So it's been in there for, 30 years, just
Yeah, yeah.
marinating and yeah,
It's
so
just
it's
amazing.
good.
It's just an amazing theme.
I
All
agree
right.
100%.
So let's get to the story.
Ooh, the story.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about the story from each movie?
So the for 89, I'm gonna start with 89. Um, we don't get too much backstory on Bruce. We
Mhm.
just kind of we get a couple little scenes going back to it.
Flashbacks, yeah.
Like when he's triggered by the "Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?"
Mhm.
Um, that triggers in,
Yep.
and we get that flashback and the uh what was it's Crime Alley or uh
Prime Alley,
I
yeah. You're
yeah,
right.
we get that, I think we get a flashback there,
Mhm.
uh, and, but, like, overall, for 89, we've got this Bruce Wayne who, I mean, at first, we don't even know who he is, um, or he at least, pretends like he's not Bruce Wayne to Vicky Vale, um, and it's just, uh, like, the story overall, it's less about Batman and Bruce Wayne, I think, and
Mhm.
more about Jack and
The
the
Joker.
and the Joker.
Yeah.
Um, and I didn't realize that until like just now.
Yeah.
As I'm trying to think about
Really?
the story. Yeah, as I'm thinking about the story, I'm like, no, that like Batman's not the
Batman
main character in
Batman's not the
Batman
star
89.
of his own movie.
No. No, it's the Joker.
Yeah.
And like his character arc, the Joker's character arc in this movie is is pretty good, I think. Like
Yeah.
we see him go from bad to worse.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
as his I feel like maybe the Joker or Jack Napier maybe kind of prided himself on his looks a bit, and felt certain dirty work was beneath him.
Mhm.
Um, and then once he goes in his toxic chemical bath, um, and
Spoilers.
becomes and,
If you
and
don't
become
know that the Joker takes a toxic chemical bath,
do you know anything about Batman?
why are you watching this?
The when he becomes the Joker at that point and just like, oh well, I don't need like, and just becomes his fully unhinged self.
Mhm.
It's like yes, bravo, sir, bravo. Um,
Yeah.
and but I also like those there's like a couple of scenes, and one in particular where you get to see Bruce kind of go unhinged.
Yeah.
And I like that character choice.
You
Like
want to go
when
nuts? Let's get nuts.
yes, that's the scene I'm talking
Yeah.
about. And it's like, because at the time when Batman 89 came out, Michael Keaton was known
Mr. Mom.
as more, yeah, Mr. Mom, and more like comedic roles,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yep.
not
He was a comedian. Yeah.
and not and not a serious or dramatic actor. So
Yep.
people were, from what I remember, because I I forget where I saw it, but I remember seeing some people talking about Michael Keaton as Batman and just like being kind of on the fence about how his performance would be due to
Yeah.
his you know his resume leading up to that.
Mhm.
And
Also,
aside,
he's like 5'9", so people were like, "What kind of Batman is 5'9"?
aren't you a little short for a Batman?
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. Huh?
but I mean the story um of Jack and the Joker, and oh Curly from City Slickers. I forget his character's name in Batman.
Boss Carl Grissom.
Yes, Grissom. Um, like
Remember,
that whole
Jack, you're my number one guy.
oh, yeah, that
Yeah.
was that was a choice.
Yeah. That was something.
Yeah, he that like his arc with the crime lords.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like it's a really well told story.
It's a good
I
Joker
think
movie. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Now that I know after all these years that it's actually a Joker movie. Um, huh. My
People said
mind was
that.
blown.
People said that when they were criticizing the movie back in the day. It was like, well, Batman's not even the star of his own movie. Like,
And I'm
but I
just
mean,
realizing it.
to be fair, if you have Jack Nicholson at his prime,
Yeah, yeah,
he's
it makes sense.
he's
He's g-
gonna
he's
be the
he's
star.
yeah, yeah. That man's gonna eat every scene he's in.
Yeah.
Like, ah, and
Yeah.
and even when he's not in his prime, like one of my favorite movies to this day is The Departed, and
Oh yeah. Yeah.
you get a much older Nicholson,
But he
and
acts
it's
pretty much like the Joker in that movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the story in uh
Begins.
in in Batman Begins, I not when I'm thinking about it, like I mentioned earlier, some of the transitions in that
Mhm.
kind of leave me a bit confused, because I'm like, all right, now where are we at in the story? Like, is this a flashback? Is this happening now? When is this now?
Mhm.
um, but the uh, but overall, it's like I'm like, how did we get here? Um, because there's so many things happening. Like overall, we got a bunch of really cool scenes.
Mhm.
Um, and I feel like it tells a story.
Mhm.
But I'm like, but as I'm thinking about it and analyzing it, I'm like, the story's kind of all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
um, we've got Bruce coming back from the dead. Spoilers. Um, and we've got this crime boss, and we've got with the League of Shadows
Mhm.
and Ra's
Ra's
al
al Ghul,
Ghul,
yeah.
and he's and then wait, Ra's al Ghul and the League of Shadows is who's behind Scarecrow,
Yep.
and it's and then we've got all this other stuff going on that's like, wait, how is this related at all? Like there's a lot going on.
Yeah,
Um
yeah.
and I feel like maybe there wasn't as much going on. We could have developed the story a little bit more.
Mhm.
Um
It's a lot
and
to pack into, like, 2 hours. It is.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think the runtime is what, 2 hours and 20 minutes for Batman Begins?
yeah,
And 89 was like 2 hours and 2 minutes or 2 hours and 4 minutes, I think.
yeah.
Um so not short movies, either one of them.
Mhm.
Um but yeah, the more I think about it, the more I'm like this the story, and it could be because of the jump between the different scenes where where I was struggling to figure out, like, okay, is this before he meets Liam Neeson
Raish.
or after?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Like where in the order of things is this happening?
yeah.
Like the courtroom scene with was it Joe Chill?
Yep,
Um
yep.
is that a flashback? Is that
Well,
um
so just so you know,
mhm.
Christian Bale hair down on his face is flashback.
Okay.
Christian
Okay.
Bale hair slicked back is present
Is
time. So
okay. Okay.
so yeah.
and and a nod to the homeless guy who he gives his coat to,
Yeah.
who's that dude's been in so many things.
Yeah.
And the first movie I remember seeing him in was The Saint with Val Kilmer.
Yep, the
Uh,
same, yep. Also, a really underrated movie,
I
in my
agree.
opinion. Yeah.
I mean, for a kid that grew up loving James Bond, that movie
Yep.
was so good. But maybe
Yeah.
we'll talk about The Saint another time. But um,
Yeah, we will.
Uh, I have an idea, but it may or may not work, and I'll talk to you about it afterwards. But uh,
Okay.
but the but yeah, that guy's great. And I like the nod where Batman comes across me, he's like, nice coat.
Nice coat.
But yeah, the story, like I said, it the more I analyze it, the more I'm like, the story could have been better.
Yeah.
Um, I did love getting to know a bit more about Thomas Wayne,
Mhm.
because we got some very distinct flashbacks with Bruce and his dad. I mean, his mom was present, but I think she said like 5 lines the whole movie. Um,
She's only important in Batman versus Superman. No one else cares about Martha at all. Any other time, nobody cares about Bruce's mom.
Superman cares about her.
Why'd you say that name? Anyway.
Oh, Martha. But yeah, overall, yeah. Uh, the more I think about it, the more I'm finding the story kind of lacking in Begins.
Okay. So for you, you're going Batman 89, like a clean
Yeah,
sweep. Wow.
yeah. I didn't see
Crazy.
that coming.
Yeah. We
As
surprise
much
even ourselves.
as much as I love Batman Begins, it's losing to Michael Keaton in my mind.
Wow.
Well, in
All
general.
right. So I I'm gonna just compare the 2 movies. I'm not gonna go
Sure.
into separate ones.
Okay.
So, um, both movies make changes to the mythos of Batman,
Mm.
and one of them I think works, and one of them I don't think works. And the one that to me doesn't work is tying the Joker to the murdering of Bruce's parents.
Oh, okay.
I don't I hate that idea. Um, the reason is because Joe Chill, the person who kills him, should always be
Mhm.
the person that he can never capture. The
Right.
fact that he confronts his parents' killer, theoretically would kind of give him closure.
Right. And why would he need to be Batman after that?
Yeah, and I don't like that.
That's
Um,
fair.
and I was kind of weird actually about him meeting Joe Chill in Batman Begins,
Mhm.
but then he gets killed,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he can't control it. So
Right.
he still has that kind of like lingering, like sense of needing justice.
Mhm.
So I was okay with that change. That's fine. The change that's made into the mythos in Batman Begins though is having him train under Ra's al Ghul
Mm.
before he becomes Batman, and joining the League of Shadows. That's was got revisited later on anyways. It wasn't part of the original origins and stuff like that. It wasn't part of year one. For those of you who don't know, Batman Begins kind of loosely adapts parts of Batman Year One by Frank Miller. Um, and I think that tying that actually makes a lot of sense to Batman's identity.
Yeah.
So I can actually appreciate that tie-in more than I can appreciate the Jack Napier being the murderer of Bruce's parents.
That
Like
makes
that's
sense.
just something I don't love at all. That being said, I think that Batman Begins is just a better adaptation of
Okay.
Batman. He talks about how he will never use guns.
Mhm.
He talks about how he wants to um, never kill anybody. He doesn't want to
Mhm.
cross that line. He's really clear about where he stands as far as Batman is.
And in Batman '89, Batman
dude's
kills people.
dude's killing left and right. So like I that's a big problem for me. Um and I think that Batman Begins is just a better adaptation of the character overall. I think
Mhm.
they really and he's the star of his own movie. It's a Batman story. I
Yeah.
love the Joker. The Joker is probably my favorite comic book character of all time. But I'm here for a Batman movie, not a
Right.
Joker movie necessarily. So that's the big part of it for me. Um, and the thing is, Michael Keaton for a long time was my Batman, right?
Mhm.
For sure. But if I'm to believe that there's this millionaire or billionaire playboy that really, is just flies through life and lives on yachts and stuff like that,
It's
Michael
Christian Bale.
Michael Keaton's not that dude. Unless we're talking about modern day, billionaires like Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, yeah, then sure, that's Michael Keaton. But like Christian Bale, is pulling chicks just by being
Yeah.
Christian Bale. Do you know what I mean? Like
Right.
he's
Right.
that. But actually, it's also the interpretation of the character for me,
Mhm.
because there's two scenes where Christian Bale absolutely nails Bruce Wayne. The one where he's at the hotel and his lady friend starts swimming in the pool, and he's just like, I'm buying the hotel, and like that's perfect Bruce Wayne. But even better is the scene near the end, when the League of Shadows goes to his house, Wayne Manor, during his birthday party.
Mhm.
And you could see he's like very determined, very like straight Bruce Wayne. He turns around and suddenly he pretends to be drunk Bruce Wayne.
Mhm.
And like that's such a perfect encapsulation of Batman, Bruce Wayne wearing that mask of like the mask of Bruce Wayne, where
Yeah.
he's like a character he's playing. And like that to me is a perfect encapsulation of who Batman is, you know. Um he's got the playboy persona, he's got the Batman persona,
Yeah.
and for me, that outright wins all of it. Like so Batman Begins for me is just a better adaptation
Mhm.
of the Batman story and telling a Batman story. Yeah, it's a little convoluted. There's parts that could probably have been edited better and stuff like that, but I still think it's a better
Yeah.
adaptation of Batman. So
Nice.
yeah.
So
Funny story is that I distinctly remember where I was. Um, I was in. I had gone back to school uh, in 2004, and I was in a class, and I had been telling my friends to go watch a movie called Equilibrium.
mm,
And there's a scene in
yes.
that movie where he confronts somebody in a library, and I was like, this guy needs to be Batman. And then like a couple weeks later, he got announced as Batman. And I was like,
Nice.
yes, that's amazing. Yes, that's the guy. And if he just used that voice instead of his growl, it would have been perfect.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, so for me, Batman Begins wins on narrative. So it looks like
Okay.
we have a tie.
Yeah, I think so. I
So
think so.
what are we going to do to determine a winner? Or are we going to
Uh,
leave it to the audience?
that is a great question. How do we yeah, we haven't really discussed a tiebreaker. Um,
I'm going to propose one final category.
okay. Okay.
Which one can you rewatch over and over again?
Oh,
Rewatchability.
rewatchability. Hmm. Hmm. For me, it's still Batman 89.
Me too.
Uh,
Batman 89 is the one.
but
It's not the most accurate Batman representation,
I
but
can
for me,
I can watch it till the cows come home.
it's a more fun movie
Yeah.
to me. It's Batman. It's funny because Batman Begins, I love the movie. I loved it. I watched
Yeah.
it, but I watched The Dark Knight way more than I watched Batman Begins.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's
So, but Batman 89, I could
yeah.
rewatch that all the time.
Oh
I
yeah.
just watched it like I pretty much watched it 3 times in a row the last few days because I was comparing the visuals on the different
Oh.
media.
Oh,
So I
nice.
was like, yeah.
I
And then I would just get caught up in it. I was just like, oh, this scene, like, yeah,
and I really like we didn't mention him at all during our analysis phase, but
yeah.
the uh Allie, um the male reporter, Arliss.
Al, Knox, yeah,
Yeah, Knox.
Alexander
Um
Knox,
yeah.
yeah,
Vicky Vale keeps on calling him Allie.
yeah,
But I like his character in the movie.
yeah,
And just like the interactions between him and Vicky Vale, um, I think are a lot of fun.
yeah,
Um, and yeah, so I just he adds a bit of comedic relief to the movie, and I just kind of I enjoy some of his little shots at Bruce, like, can I get a grant?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, but yeah, just like and his like I think he's flirting with Vicky like the whole movie.
He
Uh,
is. I don't think he's flirting with Vicky. I think he's crossing the line a lot of times.
yeah, probably. Like
Like,
if this like I just had to do a mandatory training on what this is,
yeah,
sir.
yeah. When
Uh,
he's like, if you need to shoot me in the nude, you're gonna need a long lens. And it's like, bro, that's messed up. But yeah,
yeah.
you know what the one travesty that I have with Tim Burton, and we maybe we'll do like a Batman Returns episode someday in the
Mm,
future.
yeah.
Um, the one thing that I really really wish we had gotten
Mm.
was Billy D. Williams as Two Face.
Oh, yes.
Dude, I think that would have been amazing.
I
Like,
agree.
I can just imagine him, you know, going out and be like, "I don't know, Mr. Wayne. Let's see, let the coin decide." And, like, flipping the coin, dude, that would be so epic, man. Like, I can just imagine how cool he would be walking in like, that guy owns the room when he walks into
Yeah.
the room, you know? And if they could have done a whole thing of, like, um, the Batman Gordon Dent relationship, before he
Mhm.
becomes, Two-Face,
Yeah.
dude, I can just that would be so freaking epic, especially if he
Oh,
was,
yeah.
like if he did the black and white, um, suit that he wears in the
Mhm.
animated series, the half black, half white suit.
Yeah.
I think, uh, if Billy D. Williams was allowed to continue on, and I know he wanted to. I know he wanted to do it in Batman Forever, but they chose, Tommy Lee Jones instead,
Yeah.
and yeah, I don't know. A Billy D. Williams as Two-Face, I can just imagine how awesome that would be.
It yeah, I that would have been great
Yeah.
because I you can never have too much Billy D. Williams.
Nah.
So,
Yeah, that's true.
that if I ever invent the time machine, I'm gonna that's one mistake I'm gonna fix. You hear that, Mr. Burton? I'm coming for you.
We're coming for you, Burton.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright, so let me ask you this, because
Mm.
this was the other tiebreaker I was thinking of. But I think Batman Begins would win in this situation, but I could be wrong. So you tell me, which one had the better Alfred?
Oh. Oh, that's so tough. Because, I mean, like, obviously Michael Caine's amazing, but, like, was it no, Michael Gough?
Michael Gough, yeah.
Yeah, like, he's just so, like, matter of fact and just kinda, like, just he's he knows what he can say to Bruce and get away with it,
Yeah.
and just, like, that, him kinda, like, not necessarily following Bruce, but him, like, just keeping an eye on what he's doing because he knows Bruce isn't gonna actually put anything away where it's supposed to go, so he's just kinda, like, at that party, he's like, "Oh, no, that doesn't go there," and
Yeah, yeah. That's my
but
favorite part is, like, how he's, like, following him around because he knows that Bruce is absent-minded. So, I
Yeah,
think that's awesome.
and then, am I misremembering the scene, but uh does Alfred out Bruce as Batman to Vicky Vale?
No,
No,
Vicky figures it out. Yeah,
oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. And but
It seems
I
like
was
that,
watching.
but
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, because I was watching, I'm like, "Wait, did Alfred just spill the beans?"
No, I think the implication is that Vicky figured it out
Oh,
and she
okay.
got in, yeah. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, I could be
That
wrong
makes
though.
okay.
I could be wrong. Yeah, but for
Huh.
me, there's one main issue I have with Michael Caine's version of of Alfred,
Mhm.
and it's that he calls him Master Wayne.
Oh.
I'm always used to Alfred calling him Master Bruce.
Hmm.
So like
Yeah.
whenever he said Master Wayne, I'll be like, "Ugh, that's not what Alfred says." But so nitpicky.
But I do I mean, they just have such different, like,
Takes on the character.
roles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but they're both phenomenal. And
Agreed.
I do kinda like the wisdom that Michael Caine's Alfred provides
Yeah,
in the Nolan Batman movies.
yep.
Um
Well, he plays a much more active role in it too,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
Michael Gough doesn't really, play a major role until Batman and Robin. So,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's much more supporting, so I agree, Michael Caine had a lot more to do as Alfred, a lot more
But, I mean,
emotional range.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, that's a hard call. I don't wanna make that call. Because I mean, Michael Gough is that's my Alfred. Um, but
Yeah,
then again, Michael Caine is also an amazing Alfred. So it's
Yeah.
don't make me choose.
All right, we already got Batman 89, so we're good.
All right.
Official winner for Nerd Fight episode 89 versus Batman Begins. The winner is Batman 89.
Woo-hoo.
But Batman Begins put on a pretty good showing, though, for sure.
Yes, absolutely. It is no slouch.
Yep, absolutely. Now, tell us how you feel. Do you feel differently? Do you feel Batman Begins should have won, and why? Or do you feel we were right on? We'd love to hear and see anyone's comments on that. So put your comments down below.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, hit the little bell thing and the little subscribe thing if you want. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And if you have ideas for future episodes, definitely let us know. Put it in the comments as well. We are looking forward to reading those and seeing if what other ideas we can run with. An immediate idea kind of came up to me actually to right now, and is we could do who was the better Joker,
Ooh.
Nicholson or Ledger.
Or Phoenix.
We could do that too.
But yeah, I could definitely be down for analyzing Nicholson versus Ledger.
Yeah, I think that would be a hard one too. But yeah,
that's gonna be very hard. But
yeah.
I think I might already know where my heart leans on that one.
Okay. All right. So,
Yep.
all right. Well, that wraps up this episode of Nerd Fight. Thank you so much for watching. We greatly appreciate it. And again, if you like this episode, or definitely watch some of the other ones, and maybe recommend it to your friends and family. We would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, or hit that hype button if it's available where you are.
Yes, for sure.
Hyping's cool.
All righty. Well, thank you again, and we'll see you next
Yes.
time.